Hello everyone. I know this roadmap video was pending since very long time, even from the beginning of 2025, but finally it is here, your basic to advanced data engineering roadmap for 2025. And I have curated this sequential roadmap based on my experience. Many of you already know that I have spent almost 8 years in the industry and everything in the data engineering space. I have used all my experience wherever I have worked, the different kind of projects I have created. In the recent time, I have taken many interviews, I have given many interviews. So I can say, yes, I know what companies are expecting from you during the interviews, what they are expecting from you in your day-to-day job responsibilities, what type of tech stack you should definitely know. So I have used all that experience and included most demanding tech stack in the roadmap. And I can bet one thing, if you are able to follow this sequential roadmap step by step consistently for 3 months, and every day you have to give approximately 3 to 4 hours. So in just 3 to 4 months, you will be able to add top-notch data engineering skills in your resume, plus good industry grade kind of projects, and most important, you will be able to crack the high paying data engineering job in any of the company, be it the top tier 1 product based, startup, service based, consulting, any of it. Watch this roadmap video till the very end, like it in the big numbers and share it so that we can spread this informative video to all other aspiring data engineers. And for any of the topic listed in the roadmap you want me to create the complete breakdown on the topics level, then put it in the comment section. I will definitely create a dedicated video for the same. And before getting into the main roadmap video, I want to announce one important thing. You already know that on my platform Grow Data Skills, I have already created quality level basic to advanced data engineering with AWS, with Azure, and you already know that I have taught most demanding skill set, tool and tech stack in that one, and always followed the formula of 20-80, 20% theory and 80% project driven learning. And those are not a very basic in capstone project, top quality industry grade projects. In 8 years, whatever I learned, I create problem statements around that and put it as a industry grade project in front of the students, and it has helped thousands of students to crack really good companies with the high salary packages. Along with that one, I already emphasized on the mini boot camps like the AWS services with projects, where the focus was the AWS services, and on the similar line to make it multi-cloud and add more and more skills for my students, I have launched GCP Data Engineering Mastery Bootcamp, and the live classes will be starting from the 26th of April. So just 1 week left, and in this 6-week long bootcamp, the focus will be the GCP services data engineers frequently use to build the scalable data pipeline on GCP cloud platform. Again, 20-80% formula will be applied, just 20% theory and overview sort of discussion, rest 80% live classroom implementation in the lab on the GCP free trial account and build the scalable data pipeline. And again, we'll be including 5 to 6 industry grade projects related to batch pipelining, real-time pipelining, so that you are able to learn these things in top quality manner and build solid portfolio with solid projects. All these things you will be learning in the live classroom environment. And when I say live classroom, it does not mean that if you miss any live class then you can't watch it, because each live class gets recorded as well, and you will be able to watch them from mobile application, web app, from anywhere at any point of time. So me personally will be teaching all these things, and just few seats left you can see on your screen. So link has been given in the description, or you can visit www.growdataskills.com to enroll in this bootcamp. And if you have any query, any doubt, then make sure to give us a call or WhatsApp DM on this given number. We will be able to help you. And you already know that on Grow Data Skills how we are delivering the things at an affordable cost. There is dedicated placement assistance for you, including your resume preparation, LinkedIn profile preparation, discussion, Naukri profile optimization, and the job opportunities in the Discord, all through the personal network, personal connection. All these things we are bringing for each and every student. And apart from that, to validate your learnings, tons of quizzes, assignments, their solution, interview preparation guide, everything is included there. And most important part, the live doubt resolution after the live classes, plus offline doubt support in the private Discord, so that you are not missing anything and learning everything from end to end. So what are you waiting for? Seats are filling really fast. Link has been given in the description. Enroll right now, and I will see you all on 26th of April. So now let's deep dive into our data engineering roadmap for 2025. Again, a disclaimer, please follow this roadmap in the given sequential manner and phase wise. And that's why I am saying this roadmap is for anyone who is even about to start in the data engineering, like complete noob, complete beginner, or want to excel in the data engineering concepts and the skills. Anyone can follow it, but if you are following it in a specific pattern, it will be really helpful. So let's say I am considering you are a complete beginner, how you are supposed to start. So first, your primary focus should be this phase 1, right? In the phase 1, you need to work on the ground level. And what is that ground level? Basically your programming part, like Python, Java, Scala, whatever programming language you are comfortable with. Not a barrier for any interview, nothing like that. But Python, you already know, is most preferred in the data domain, so you can get started with that one. Since we are talking about the all level of companies, then most of the time people ignore this data structures and algorithm part because they feel it is pretty much not needed for the data engineering role. So based on my experience of cracking Google, Uber, Atlassian type of companies, they do focus on the DSA as well. But the good thing is easy medium level. You don't need to be a competitive programmer or practice questions around the heap or the graph and typical and difficult tree type of questions. No, easy medium level, any platform you can pick and get started with that one. Improve that problem solving part, and you can basically focus on the topics like array, string, stack, queue, searching, sorting, hashing, basics of dynamic programming. So this is what you need to cover in the DSA part. Now in the data engineering, like working on different projects, right? While building different type of data pipelines, sometimes you are working on the server side, right? Like complete Linux environment, and there you need to work with the Linux based command. You need to understand how those machines are spin up, how you need to log in and perform certain things. So it's definitely important to understand the Linux command and shell scripting, how those things basically work. Now here is very important thing before like deep diving into the SQL part or any particular database. It's pretty important to understand the database management and system. These type of concepts are going to be very important because whatever you will learn here, let's say ER models, normalization, denormalization, and many other DBMS related concepts, it will eventually help you in your data modeling, let's say problem solving, plus anything around the data warehousing. So this is also going to be very important. So follow it seriously and learn the DBMS concepts. Now after the DBMS part, obviously in the data engineering use cases, there will be two things. Most of the time you will be interacting with any transactional database like the RDBMS as well, and apart from that the NoSQL databases as well. So here you can focus on the MySQL, Postgres. There are many other like Oracle, MS SQL Server, but if you can get started with one and understand the deep dive concepts of transactional databases, right? Like how write happens, read lock, write lock, and the concurrency part, the transactions. Those fundamentals are also very important because there will be questions around that one whenever it comes to optimization and those type of things related to the transactional databases. Now obviously the bread and butter for every data professional, you can't ignore it. You can't crack your interviews even if you're a data engineer without this, and that is SQL. And with SQL, don't think that if you have done it like easy medium level you are good enough. No, you need to complete it till the advanced level. And when I say advanced, like the typical joins, nested queries, common table expressions, window functions, frame clauses, and many other stuff, you need to like learn and practice a lot, right? SQL is all about the practice, then you will be able to build the complex logic. So make sure to do that. And then in the phase 1, last thing will be NoSQL databases. There are many, right? There are many NoSQL databases over the cloud as well. But I always recommend people to get started with these one like MongoDB or Cassandra, so that your fundamentals of NoSQL database are clear, and then switching on to different NoSQL databases will be a matter of just a week or so, not more than that, right? So this is all about you need to complete in a phase 1. Once you are done with the phase 1, let's come to the phase 2 part. And if I say phase 2, then I actually consider it as a heart or the core of the data engineering profile, because the core resides here. From this point onwards, your actual big data things are going to start. So what you need to focus on here, big data fundamentals and Hadoop in depth. Big data fundamentals like understanding different file formats, distributed computation, vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, and lot other basic technical terms here, right? So that is what you need to cover. Then coming to the backbone of the distributed computation, everything started from this Hadoop and distributed computation framework. So understand it. There is no need to write and practice code for typical MapReduce section, because Hadoop has three components: the HDFS, then MapReduce, and then the resource manager. No need to practice that part. That's what I would say, like writing a Java code for MapReduce and all that. That is old school. But how distributed file system works, right? Then how distributed computation like MapReduce work, how resource management works, the entire architecture, high availability of Hadoop, all these things you need to cover in depth, because that is going to be very important for your interview, right? Now after doing this thing, you can focus on the Apache Kafka, because in the data pipelining process, sometimes you will be working on batch pipeline and sometimes real-time data pipelines. And real-time data pipelines, you will always get involved with the messaging queues, and Apache Kafka is one of them, like widely used. So make sure you are fundamentally very strong with Apache Kafka practically, like how to write producer code, consumer code, scaling part of it, all in depth. Then coming to the distributed computation frameworks, like what kind of frameworks you will be using to process the terabyte and petabytes of the data, right? And again, whatever you are going to learn here, that should be practically implemented, not just the architecture or theoretical part. No, that is not going to help. So here, Apache Spark, we all know for the data engineering profile, this is a must to have thing nowadays. In every job description, you will see that Apache Spark is mentioned. So make sure to have a very deep understanding of the Spark, including its architecture, optimization techniques, and how to use the data frame, write the code into it, PySpark and Spark SQL. These things should be practiced very thoroughly, right? Then coming to the Apache Flink, this is something which is widely used for the real-time streaming pipelines, right? When you are supposed to build that exact scalable real-time data pipelines, then Apache Flink is something which is really popular and used by many companies, including Spotify, and even at Expedia. For 2 years, I have worked with Flink and we built that real-time system there. Now, Trino, distributed SQL query engine. This is also very important, like when it is about to running ad hoc query on the terabyte and petabyte of the data in the distributed manner, then Trino as a distributed SQL query engine is very helpful and very popular. Then coming to the data warehousing and data modeling fundamentals. For any mid senior level guy, if you're 3 to 4 years of experience and beyond that one, targeting top companies, they will have a dedicated round for this. They will be giving you practical questions, case studies that design a data model, data warehouse for the Zoom car, for Uber, food delivery application, right? Anything, it can be anything. So your fundamentals should be very strong here. Make sure to go through with the data warehousing and data modeling fundamentals. Understand it, star schema, snowflake schema, dimension table, fact table, galaxy schema, and many other deep dive concepts. Once fundamentals are done, make sure to switch on the practical part of it, like what type of things are being used in the industry for the data warehousing frameworks. So here, Apache Hive, AWS Redshift is also data warehousing service, GCP BigQuery, Azure Synapse, Snowflake. You have heard a lot about Snowflake in the recent time in the industry. Now it is not just a warehousing, but building the core capabilities of entire data analytics on a unified platform, right? So that is how it is going to be important for you to go through it, and at some point of time, if you can do some certifications around the Snowflake, that will be also very helpful and will give you the advantage, okay? Specifically in these consulting and service based companies. So this is what you need to cover in the phase 2 part, the core and the heart of the data engineering. Now coming to the phase 3, what you need to cover here. Phase 3 is going to be about the Databricks, right? In the recent 2-3 years, you have heard the boom of Databricks. Most of the job description will have Databricks in place. Nothing but a unified platform built on top of the Spark, right? More speed up version of the Spark. So you need to work on that one, understand how to work with the Databricks and different concepts of it, different features of it, how to use it properly. That is important to understand. And then coming to this part, which are going to be really helpful mostly in the Mendelian architecture and the lake house sort of concepts. So their open table formats are very important in your data pipeline architectures. So things like delta tables, which you will mostly find along with the Databricks, iceberg, hoodie, because these are the open table formats which allows you to perform the like insert, upsert, delete sort of operations on a row level, and that too on a petabyte of data. And then when it is stored on some persistent file storage systems like S3, Google Storage, and the ADLS or HDFS. So that is why they are really important to know, right? You can't ignore these things nowadays. That's why I'm saying this is a kind of roadmap to excel in the data engineering, not to just get started with the data engineering. I have used it practically, even in 𝗃ecie we are working on it. Expedia I have used iceberg and hoodie both, similarly at AWS as well. So this is important. Now the most important part will be the orchestration and workflow management. Your pipeline, different steps, different components will be there. How to manage them with a proper dependency, the proper flow, scheduling of it, event driven sort of triggers. And that is the part where Apache Airflow as an orchestrator tool framework is going to come into the picture. So make sure you have a good understanding of it, how to create a DAG, different type of operators in it, how to set up a connection and do all that stuff and schedule the pipeline. Now, the thing which you can't ignore and to stand out differently among the 1,000 applicants of the data engineering profile, the CI/CD, the continuous integration and development fundamental, because building a pipeline is just one aspect. How to deploy it smoothly in the production with a proper testing plus different stage deployment, like from dev to staging environment, then to the production, how that is going to be done smoothly. There your CI/CD fundamentals and frameworks will come into the picture. So make sure to do that. And here you need to focus on GitHub Actions for the workflow building, Docker for containerization, Kubernetes, Terraform for the deployment as well, resource creation as well for any cloud platform, Jenkins for the job deployment. So this is what you need to cover in the phase 3. Now moving on to the phase 4, which is again to take you on the another level of data engineering and to make you a complete data engineer, right? Here you need to focus on the phase 4, and importantly 3 things. You have already seen that in the previous 3 phases I have not included anything related to the cloud, because I believe your first priority should be these 3 phases. Once you are strong here, then moving on to any cloud platform won't create any sort of challenges, because whatever you have learned here, like as an open source framework, you practice it locally, whatever it is, these cloud platforms are simply providing those things as a services, right? That's the only difference here. So once you are done with this one, then prioritize this phase 4, where your priority focus will be learn any cloud platform in depth. And I always recommend that if you are getting started, pick any one cloud platform. Don't juggle between this cloud platform, that and that, because every cloud platform is important in the industry. Many companies are using it on a different level. You can't ignore any of it. But if you are comfortable with one cloud platform, then learning other is just a matter of 1 to 2 weeks, not more than that, because all these cloud platforms have created similar type of services. There is a slight difference of implementation and costing part, nothing more than that. So AWS already pioneer in the cloud industry. So if you can get started with this one, this is also important. Azure has also picked up in the market really fast, aggressively I would say, and so the GCP as well. So pick any cloud platform and focus on those services which are relevant for the data engineering use cases and important to build these scalable data pipelines. All right. Now, data quality, one of the important thing in the interviews, people will be asking, interviewers will be asking questions around it. And also as a developer, you need to like handle it, how you can ignore the data quality part, how you can trust your data all the time. You are producing some crucial outputs that can be important for the business, and if you are missing these quality checks, that can basically hamper the entire business. So data quality, here many things can be used. Open source libraries are also available. Apart from that, there are organizations who have built end-to-end platform and frameworks for the data quality. Soda Cloud is one of the example, 𝗠𝗲𝗡 is one of the example, so that can be used. And if in your experience, if you have used anything else, that you can definitely add. Now, last but not the least, after doing all these things, how you can make your life easy, so that if something is breaking in the production, you are not missing those things. Because if business is critical and something is getting broken on the production, you know what is going to happen with you in the organization. So this data observability part plays very important role, where you actually focus on the alerting and monitoring part of the data pipelines which you have deployed in the production. And by any chance, if something is broken, you are expected to get those notifications and alerts as soon as possible, so that you can take the appropriate action. And for that one, you can focus on the Datadog, PagerDuty, Grafana for building those alerting sort of dashboard, then ELK as well, like Elasticsearch, Logstash and Kibana as a complete log and monitoring framework, Prometheus, and there will be many others. So this is what you need to focus in the phase 4. And yep, after completing all these phases, I can say that you will be a top-notch data engineer. So take this roadmap video very seriously, follow it. So yep, this is pretty much I had for all of you in this roadmap video. I hope this is going to be really helpful. If yes, you find it informative, if you liked my effort to curate it, then please give a like in the big numbers and share it with your fellow friends who want to become a data engineer. And don't forget to enroll in the GCP Data Engineering Mastery Bootcamp, which will be of 6-week long live classroom environment. You will be also getting the recordings after each live class is done, practical project based learning, more than 5 to 6 industry grade projects, certification of completion, plus dedicated placement assistance, assignments, interview prep guide, and lot more crazy stuff you will be getting in this most affordable industry oriented GCP Data Engineering Mastery Bootcamp. So hurry up, link has been given in the description, or you can visit www.growdataskills.com to enroll in this bootcamp. If you have any doubt, any question, feel free to give us a call or WhatsApp DM on this given number. So hurry up, and I will see you all in the live classes starting from 26th April.